Peace and blessings, family. Notice something? Notice something different? Do you? I'm so freaking excited. Like, I just don't know how else to. Okay, you can probably hear it in the shouting in my voice. That I'm damn excited. Like, I will not disrespect this man. My production guy came through yesterday and kind of, did his little touches and his little this and his little that. And as we both concurred, he lit this bitch up. So I am happy to be moving forward. Getting my studio together was one of the things that was on my list of shit to accomplish this quarter, April, May, and June. So we are slowly taking it off. The sound still off a little bit. I'm still trying to get that niche going. But other than that, like, I'm happy. I'm really, really happy. I'm really, really happy. So thank you. He doesn't watch my videos anyway. He wants me to be great, but he ain't got time to invest in my greatness besides shit like this. So I'm okay with that. I really am. What else is new? Nothing. I mean, outside of the fact that I'm realizing my growth, and that's something different for me. I know that I've grown. I know that I grow. I know that I work hard throughout the process, but I never really realize it. And now in actually realizing my growth, where I'm going, what I want to do, the manifestations of my life, some of this shit's scary, but it is worth it. Like, I am fearfully happy to go and trudge forward with all of this shit. So that's what's new. I'm making strides forward. I've also been throwing my name out there to hopefully start doing some acting soon. So keep your fingers crossed for the girl. You will like this. There will be other ways that I will be lit. So, I mean, I'm already lit, but whatever. I think the last thing I'll kind of bring to you guys as a catch up is I actually did a podcast interview not too long ago. That was pretty dope. It's called the By Chance Podcast by Jay Del Negro. It was pretty dope. I had a good time doing it. He was very smooth in his delivery in the way that he just kind of disarmed me from being afraid to tell my truth and tell my story. So if you get a chance, the second part of my story comes out Thursday. What's Thursday's date? The 2nd of May. So check it out. It's on SoundCloud, and as he says, it's everywhere you can listen to a podcast. I don't know. I haven't looked for it everywhere. I definitely listen to this shit on SoundCloud. So go check it out. Part 1 came out last week. Part 2 should be coming out this week. Get to know you girl a little better. But today I come to you talking about toxic relationships. And I think I talked a little bit about toxic relationships and like the ins and the outs and the ups and the downs of them. But I had an experience yesterday that kind of made me sit down and go, why in the fuck do I even still give a shit about these people? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I just don't get it. So I'll start from, I guess, what made me kind of look up and start surveying my friends. So again, I got knocked down with a sinus infection real bad, and a friend helped me through that process. They took me to the doctors. They made sure I got the information that I needed. I'm not a very squeamish person. Like, if you know me, you know everything about me. So, like, yeah, you can sit in a room with me. Like, my mother, my brothers could sit in the doctor's room with me. But, like, they made sure that, like, I was good. And, like, I'm sitting here like, this is interesting. Like, I haven't had this type of experience from somebody I'm not romantically involved with or directly related to. Like, and I have had a few friends who are willing to pick up and like do what they supposed, like help me out. But they're quiet. They'll just sit there. They'll just not really engage. It's just like, oh, this is your show. I'm just here for you to like lean on me. And it's like, that's cool, but But what I received and have been receiving from this friend feels good. Like, it feels really, really, really good. And for me, I think it's a lot of what I've argued that I always want to put into relationships or get out of relationships. Any relationship. Like, I'm not, when I say relationships, I don't think just about romantic ones. I think about any coupling with another human being that works for us. That's what a relationship is to me. So I've always been that friend who wants to go above and beyond and like do the extra mile. Like, I'm that friend who I'll visit your house one good time, get a good synopsis, and then realize, hey, you don't have X. Let me just get you X for the next event to get you a gift for. Like, I'm that friend. So I have a lot of people in my life who's like, oh, you're too much. Oh, you doing the most. Oh, you're overbearing with the way that you want to love people. And it's like, cool, okay. And then I meet this friend who kind of gets it. They kind of like, no, literally at the end of everything, it's like, can I do something in return for you? Can I do something back for you? And it's like, no, that's what friends are for. And it's like, all right, cool. The closest type of friendship I've had like that, where a person did more for me, not necessarily did more, but did a lot for me or does a lot for me. I feel like in that relationship, they do what they do more than me to always be above me. Like and this is a criticism that this friend gets a lot, and they don't realize the air that they put out as to why they get this criticism. So I just let it rock. If you want me to always be your little friend who needs help, then cool, I'll always be the little friend who needs help until I'm not anymore. And then you're just going to have to transition. But this friend gets it. This new friend gets it. And then also, because I'm quick to like hype somebody up, I don't want to hype this person up way bigger than what it actually is. But again, it's nice to have. It's nice to have someone who kind of reflects or mirrors the values that you have. So I don't want to take it to the extreme and make it seem like I've never had like reciprocal giving type of friendships or relationships until I met this new friend, because that's not it at all. But it is more so of a, like I said in the beginning, I guess just some of the things that I now value and like really put stock into, although they've always kind of existed in me. When it comes to other people that I meet, I'm growing and I'm not as deficient as I used to be in a lot of human areas. And so a lot of people still pigeonhole me to be deficient in those areas. I'm not anymore. So it's like, can you grow with me? Can you grow with this relationship? I think that's a lot of questions or a lot of like analysis that people don't give themselves the opportunity to really go through and like think about and like really embrace, and then be okay with the outcome thereof. Because like some people who've been in my life up to this point may not go beyond this point with me. I have got to be okay with that. That's the only freaking way I'm gonna legitimately grow and keep growing and keep moving forward. So yeah, I guess that's where I stand with this toxic friendship relationship thing. I also am a fierce believer, or a very like adamant applier of the fact that you got to check yourself first before you point fingers at others. I don't want to be one of these people who's like, oh, I've had shitty ass, toxic ass relationship. Like, I don't want to take it that far. I do want to acknowledge that it can walk down the realm of toxicity. And I have to do something to make sure that like it doesn't get there. So the question is, what you gonna do, G? What you gonna do? Well, ultimately, if you know anything about me, sorry, these allergies have been attacking me. But if you know anything about me, you know I'm always going to start, or at least do everything I can to get to the root of the issue. So I start with myself, because like I can't be absolved. Everything doesn't just happen to you, upon you. You better part in some shit. So I guess there are three things that I like kind of question now in the relationships that I really give stock to or I invest in, and relationships that I currently have that I probably haven't been giving stock to or investing in. I have people in my life who I probably should give more energy to, that I don't, because I don't know how to, and I want to. And then I have people in my life who I probably should give less energy to, and I don't, because I don't know how to not fuel your fuckery. Like, I don't. So I need to make that transition. What's been great for me is just asking 3 questions to myself, like, as I proceed in engaging with others. So I don't know, I'm gonna share it with you guys and then see if it helps, see if it works. Shit, if you not where I am and you just watching my journey, thank you for that too. So the first thing is I make sure that I'm not conflating what I'm feeling one way or another, right? Or inflating, not conflate, inflating what I'm feeling. I'm quick to be like, oh, it's a new person. This is great. I love them. They're amazing. No, they just got that new friend smell. And I just need to embrace that new friend smell and see it for what it is. I think about somebody in particular when I'm talking about this. I was really excited to like start working with this person. But once the new friend smell wore off and I could see that they was up to no good, I'm just like, oh, okay. Oh, all right. I don't want nothing to do with this anymore. And that's okay. But I take the onus of that. I just was excited to work with them. They had different alternative motives. And so there and thus go. We not cool no more. Why? Because we couldn't communicate. Our motives weren't the same. We didn't line up. And I had to let that drama go. That's it. And that's all. So like, am I making it feel way bigger than what it actually is? Like, again, with my new friend who's been helping me out, who every time I'm like, can I do something? They're like, that's what friends are for. Like, I need to sit back and be like, well, shit, maybe this motherfucker was just raised right. Like, somebody gave a shit about them enough for them to give a shit about other people. And that's great. Like, that's not a bad thing. I think, I know the second thing that I do when it comes to evaluating new relationships, old relationships, coupling with people, is I check my internal conversation when it comes to this person or this relationship or this coupling, right? I make sure that there's not a lot of negative self-talk in relation to the other person, and I make sure that there's not a lot of negative input coming from the other person. So let's talk about that in twofold, and I'll make it quick. What I mean about the negative self-talk internally in regards to the person, so I meet a lot of females now who, and I think that's because of the mission that I'm on of empowering, loving, and supporting all Black women no matter what, right? So it's like I'm meeting a lot of women now, and I'm so quick to be like, oh, she's so beautiful, she's so nice, she's so sweet, but like that's her representative. Like, I gotta check myself and not in here be like, oh, well, she's sweeter than you. She's nicer than you. She is prettier than you. Because those are the negative things that, one, I've heard coming into me for so long as a vessel. But then, two, I will regurgitate to myself internally, outward, that just feels nasty now. Those vibrations of hearing those words that someone is prettier than me, as if my pretty is not enough, as if my nice is not enough. That shit hurts. It just hurts to hear it in your own tone. So then it leads to the second prong of someone constantly fueling that shit to you. I have a friend who thinks it's like, and I know that they just joking, but I don't like hearing those vibrations. I'll say things like, I don't want to be stupid anymore when it comes to stuff like this. Who the fuck said you not stupid? I literally said I'm not stupid. stupid. You're the one saying that I am. Yo, you gotta chill. And like, this friend's not aware enough of themselves in relation to others that they don't even notice that I kind of shut down a little bit in the conversation thereafter to recharge up. And I know that's small, but it's like, again, the shit that we feed our souls with is important. That negative outward talk onto me doesn't do me any service. So like, as we're engaging with each other, what words pop up in my head when I'm dealing with you? Thus, what words do you use when you're dealing with me? I know that seems so ridiculous, but as I'm moving forward, and everything does not have to be positive. It's some shit sucks, some shit just sucks. But it's how you say it that makes it positive. It's a difference between saying something sucks and you suck, or you always suck, or you fuck things up. I need to hear that. Like, if I fuck this situation up, tell me that so I can deal with that. But if everything always boils down to me not being the sound person to be able to fix these things, then I don't know, fam. I can't fuck with you and I can't fuck with myself in these words. The last thing that I really kind of pour into my analysis of if a relationship is worth it, should be invested in, can be strong, is as strong and as healthy as it's supposed to be. The last thing I talk or I evaluate is their gratitude or graciousness in this relationship. Everything else can be learned. I feel like can be taught. I'll even go through the rigmarole of teaching a friend how to talk to me and like engage with me. If we can't share gratitude, then it's not worth it. Like the friend from the previous, right? The one who says you're not stupid. That friend, there's gratitude in our relationship. Our gratitude is going to change very soon because I'm changing, so we're going to have to change our relationship a little bit. A compromise needs to come. However, if you can't share and feel thank you with someone, if you can't acknowledge that there's like warmth generating between y'all two, for me, I can't do it. Like, I'm a very nurturing, very loving, very sweet, big-hearted person. And I'm okay with that now. And I'm slowly cutting back the time and the energy that I spend with people who don't see the value in that. Don't see the value in a hug and a kiss. Don't see the value in me being softer in that, yeah, I'll fuck you up in a heartbeat, but I would prefer to sit here, talk with you, and cry that shit out. That doesn't make me emo. That doesn't make me nasty. That doesn't make me repulsive. And if I am those things to you, then like, we can't rock together on a deep level. We might be able to break bread once in a while, but we can't rock on a deep level. You're not on my growth path, and that's okay. My growth path has a lot of acceptance of self on it. It has a lot of acceptance of just the being that I am. And I'm gracious for that. I'm gracious for the beings that I meet. But if your psychosis keep you in a space where you can't accept my thank yous, my oh, I love yous, my hey, I appreciate you for being here, then you can take your low vibrating ass. I ain't got it. I used to have a lot of energy for people like that. And I'm telling you, it was yesterday, made a lot of stuff light up on my ass. So yesterday, when my production guy comes through, I had another friend in my house who, I know this friend too well, so you weren't asleep the whole time, but you act like you were asleep the whole time. No, I don't want you to necessarily be all about my shit. You don't have to. But when I'm sharing with you and it's like, hey, look at this. This is the picture we took and it's all set up. Would you like to see it? No. All right. Look at the picture. Like, this is the picture from the studio. Oh, all right. Okay. I hate those all right ass friends. And you need to pay attention to those all right ass friends. I not saying that all the relationships in my life are toxic. I am saying that I'm coming to a journey in my growth path where I really have to sit down and pay attention to the relationships I'm putting time into. Those are the 3 things that I've been doing to make sure that I am giving myself the best opportunity to move forward with or without people. So I share them with you. I'm really taking the time to make sure that I have the relationships that make my life what my life is supposed to be. So the experience yesterday, like this friend just really was not into it on any level. It was like, I'm trying to grow and you keep hitting me with the, oh, alright. Oh, alright. I'm going to get the shit right back to you. At this point, I just want to give the energy that I receive. And so it's no love lost, it's no hurt, it's no pain. I love you the same, fam. I do, I really, really do. So, I don't know. My sis just rolled through, and I'm so excited, like so ecstatic. I can't, again, this is about the energies that you foster, the shit that you manifest. I'm all about it. Me and her been trying to link, and now we finally linked, so I'm not going to hold you guys too long, but I hope that I share something with you that you can share with somebody else. So, as always, I leave you guys with, I got lights here, like there, sorry. I didn't light up, but it got light for y'all, so I hope you can see shit now. A lot of life, y'all, because life is going to give you what you give it back. So please do. So, lastly, and more importantly, as always, I leave you guys with the same love that you guys give me. Thank you for spending time and bearing with me as I got the studio together. And there's more to come, so stick with your girl. And fuck them toxic relationships, man. We gotta